morning students. Welcome back to your English language online class. Today I am going to teach you chapter number 10. The name of the chapter is verbs. So let's start. Now first let us understand what are verbs. Verbs are doing words, or you can say action words. They refer to a particular action and tell us what a person, an animal or a thing does. Okay? Now verbs can also be used to join two parts of a sentence. It will be clear from the examples. See example number 1. Rajan makes some tea. Now here Rajan is doing some action. What action is he doing? He is making tea. So this makes will be a verb because it shows action. And you can also see that Rajan and some tea, both these parts of a sentence is joined by the verb makes. So verbs can be used to join two parts of a sentence. Second example, the children read books. Now here the children are doing some action. What action the children are doing? The children are reading books. So read is an action word. So read will be a verb. Third sentence, the frog jumps into the pond. Now in this sentence you can see that the frog is doing an action. What action the frog is doing? The frog jumps into the pond. So jump is an action word. So jump will be a verb. And you can also see that the frog, the object, the subject and the predicate jumps into the pond is the two parts of the sentence are joined with the help of the verb jumps. Now let us talk about helping verbs. What are helping verbs? Helping verbs are used with verbs to tell us that an action is continuing in the present tense. Helping verbs are is, are and am. Okay. So these verbs tells us that an action is still happening in the present. It is still on. The action is on in the present tense. Now, what are the helping verbs? Is, are and am are used as helping verbs. Let us see some of the examples. Example number 1. The apple is sweet. So in this sentence, what is the verb? Is. Second, the girls are happy. So in this sentence, what is the verb? Are. Third, I am tired after the walk. So in this sentence, what is the verb? Am. Now let us understand when do we use the verbs is, are and am. So first, we use the verb is with singular nouns. Singular nouns are those nouns that are one in number. And with pronouns he, she and it. For example, he is cleaning the garden. So we have used the verb is cleaning with the pronoun he. Similarly, second one, when do we use am? We use am with the pronoun I. We always use am with the pronoun I. Example, I am going to Chennai. So here am going is the verb. Now, we use are with plural nouns and pronouns you, we, they. We use are with plural nouns. Nouns that are more than one in number. For example, we are watching a play. Now we are talking about more than one person. So we will use the verb are watching. Now let us talk about transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. What are transitive verbs? Transitive verbs are those verbs that need an object to express a complete thought. The meaning of the verbs will remain incomplete without their objects. Okay, so transitive verbs are the ones that needs an object and they remain incomplete without their objects. For example, first one, Susan tries. Now here you can see that there is no object and this statement seems to be incomplete without its object. So the verb tries will be a transitive verb. Similarly, second, Rohit sees. Here also there is no object, so sees will be a transitive verb. Third, the woman asks. Now here also asks is a verb and there is no object. This statement seems to be incomplete without its object. So asks, this verb asks will be a transitive verb. Now, what are intransitive verbs? Intransitive verbs, on the other hand, are verbs that have no objects. So verbs that have no objects and they do not even need an object. The statement, the sentence with an intransitive verb is complete and it does not need an object. So it is clear that transitive verbs are the ones that need an object to complete their statement, to complete their sentence. They remain incomplete without their objects. And on the other hand, intransitive verbs do not need an object. The sentence is complete and they do not need an object. Let us see some of the examples of intransitive verbs. Some of the examples of intransitive verbs are, first one, Misha danced. Now here you can see that danced is a verb and this Misha dance does not need, this verb does not need an object to complete its meaning. This sentence, Misha danced, is complete in itself. So this danced, which will be an intransitive verb. Similarly, second example, Rajiv ran. Now in this example, you can see that the verb ran doesn't need any other object to complete the statement. This statement, Rajiv ran, is complete in itself. It doesn't need an object. So ran will be an intransitive verb. Similarly, third statement, the bell rang. In this statement also, rang is a verb that does not need an object to complete its sentence. This sentence, the bell rang, is complete in itself. So this verb rang will be an intransitive verb. Now, you know that incomplete verbs does not make sense by themselves. So incomplete verbs require one or more words to be added to them to give them a complete meaning. So these words that are added to the incomplete verbs are known as complement of the verb. It will be more clear from the example. See, example number 1. The car appears. That's it. So appears is a verb, right? But this statement is incomplete in itself. This verb needs an object to complete its meaning. So we all know that appears is a transitive verb because it needs an object. So now if we want to complete the meaning of this incomplete verb, we have to add something, right? So if we add the word, say, damaged. So damaged becomes the complement of the verb. Similarly, the second statement, the girl seems. Now here we can see that seems is a verb, but it needs an object to complete its meaning. So seems is a transitive verb. So to complete the meaning of this incomplete verb, we can use a word. We can use happy. So now happy becomes the complement of the verb.